Shalom. I want to give all praise and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Ha-Rakakodash. Double honors goes out to the elder apostles of Great Millstone for teaching us this truth. Also, I want to acknowledge all the Akyam who are pushing this truth with sincerity. All right. So, again, I'm going with the Spirit today. Didn't plan nothing out, but the Spirit had me in Ecclesiastes 25. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and start at 1. It says, in 3 things, and this is dealing with wisdom. All right. So it says, in 3 things I was beautified. All right. And this is wisdom speaking. All right. And stood up beautiful before Yahweh and men, the unity of brethren. All right, so all of you Akyam who are from the banner of GMS, you know, we are all on one accord, and that's a beautiful thing to the Heavenly Father. All right, the unity. What unites us is this truth, is this doctrine. All right, and to Yahweh and wisdom, it's a beautiful thing for Yahweh to see His men uniting, and the prophecy being fulfilled. All right, of the Israelites coming into remembrance of who we are. All right, so let me let me get to that precept real quick. Go to Philippians 2:2. It says, fulfill ye my joy, that ye be like-minded, having the same love, being of one accord, of one mind. All right, so the elect, we are of one mind, man. You know, we're one body, one mind. You know, so and that's a joy and a delight. And it's beautiful for Yahweh to see His prophecies being fulfilled, and His men out here, doing the will of Yahweh. You see, so that's what it is, man. He loves to see the brothers uniting and on one accord, one mind. All right. It says the love of neighbors. All right, and so love of neighbors. This is referring to the commandment. You're supposed to love your neighbor, but see, we're in Babylon, America, and this commandment was a commandment unto our people when your neighbor was your own brethren, right? When your neighbor was of the same nation of you, all right? Because you can't become one accord, or you can't love your enemy, who is the Edomite. He's not going to believe this true doctrine that we're bringing out. And why is he not going to believe it? Because it condemns him, okay? So it's not talking about your Edomite neighbor here in Babylon, America. It's talking about your neighbor of your brethren, all right? The love of neighbors, a man and a wife that agree together. And this is another thing that is beautiful in the sight of Yahweh. A man and a wife that agree together, all right? If you have a man and a woman who they constantly disagree, they constantly argue, that's not beautiful to Yahweh, you see? He doesn't take no pleasure in a man and a woman that don't agree, or they have, especially in Babylon, America, the Edomite has lifted up the woman, given her much liberty or freedom, and therefore these women, they're out of line, They know that, that they won't be condemned for wickedness here in Babylon, because a woman, she can leave you and she knows she's not going to be condemned. Who's going to condemn her? Nobody. Not until judgment comes from Yahweh. See, so here in America, the women who have the American mindset, they're not going to be in agreement with this truth. All right. Verse 2. Let's go back to Ecclesiasticus 25 and 2. 3 sorts of men my soul hateth, and am greatly offended at their life. A poor man that is proud, a rich man that is a liar, and an old adulterer that doeth. All right. So Yahweh does not, he hates a poor man that is proud. All right. And really the proud is dealing with Esau, Edom. And he says a rich man that is a liar. That's also dealing with Esau, Edom. And let's go to the proof. Let's go to let's see. This is a vision. This is Obadiah 1. The vision of Obadiah. Thus saith Yahweh the power concerning Edom. We have heard a rumor from Yahweh, and an ambassador is sent among the heathen. Arise ye, and let us rise up against her in battle. All right, so this is concerning Edom. It says in verse 1, Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen. Thou art greatly despised. The pride of thine heart hath deceived thee. Thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, or actually mind, heart means mind, who shall bring me down to the ground? Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, thence will I bring thee down, saith Yahweh. All right. So we go back to Ecclesiasticus 25. Now you know who that proud man is. All right. and Esau is poor in spirit and proud he's poor in his spirit and proud in his spirit. Poor because he doesn't have the understanding and the knowledge of this truth. Proud because that's the spirit that these so-called white people have. They're proud. Just look at their president. All right. And people think that pride is a good thing, when in actuality, pride is actually a bad thing. All right. And a rich man that is a liar. All right. So, I've done a few videos recently exposing the biggest liar on the planet Earth, which is Esau, Edom. That's why you can't trust his doctrine, man. You can't trust his doctrine. You can't trust his vaccine. You can't trust anything he does or says. All right. Verse 3: If thou hast gathered nothing in thy youth, how canst thou find anything in thine age? See? So that's pretty self-explanatory. If you haven't gathered anything while you were young, how are you going to find anything in your old age? Especially dealing with wisdom. If you have no wisdom, wisdom doesn't just come, because you're old. There are a lot of old foolish people. There are a lot of old people that don't believe this truth. You see, but when you're young, if Yahweh has put a spirit on you to learn this truth, to learn this, understand this knowledge, then that's really what you're trying to gather, is this truth and knowledge and wisdom. All right. Verse 4: Oh, how comely a thing is judgment for gray hairs, and for ancient men to know counsel. And this is a lot of meanings in this verse 4. Judgment for gray hairs. So typically when you have gray hair, that means you're older. So if you've gathered gathered wisdom in your youth, and now when you have gray hair, you're going to have great wisdom. I mean, a perfect example of that is the elders of GMS. Both of I should say all three of the elders, the main three elders. No disrespect to the other elders in GMS, but I'm talking about Apostle Aramlab, Apostle Tahar, and Apostle Gabar. They all have gray hair, man. And it says, and for ancient men to know counsel. So ancient men, because we know that, we are regenerated every 3 to 4 generations. And that's literally probably around 400 years, So Your ancient men, we're literally ancient men in this knowledge. Is just we have to come back into the remembrance, because we knew this knowledge, in our, aforetime, meaning in the past. Much experience is the crown of old men, and their fear of Yahweh is their glory. Again, the elders are a great example. They've been teaching this stuff for 35 plus years, and that's showing the fear of Yahweh, because you have to fear Yahweh to go out there and push his word. If you don't fear Yahweh, you're not going to go out there and push the word, push the truth. Verse 7. There be 9 things which I have judged in mine heart to be happy, and the 10th I will utter with my tongue. So he's going to tell you 9 things, that'll make him happy. A man that hath joy of his children, and he that liveth to see the fall of his enemy. All right, if you live to see the fall of your enemy, that's something that would make you happy. And we're living in the time right now where our enemy Esau Edom is literally falling. His empire is falling, just like the Roman Empire fell. America is an extension of the Roman Empire, and now you can see the signs of Babylon America falling, and that should make the men of this truth happy to see this place fall. All right. Another thing that makes him happy, verse 8, well is him that dwelleth with a wife of understanding, and hath not slipped with his tongue, and that hath not served a man more unworthy than himself. All right, so if you have a wife of understanding, hey, that's going to make you happy, man. If you have a wife that's not understanding, you want to teach your wife the laws, the statutes, and commandments of Yahweh, and she's down with that, then that's going to be something that makes a man and Yahweh happy. But if you trying to teach her to keep the laws, and she displays no understanding, she wants to go do her own thing, then that's the opposite. That's gonna piss the man off, and it's gonna piss Yahweh off. All right. Verse 9, well is him that hath found prudence, and he that speaketh in the ears of them that will hear. See, imprudence means we consider the future. So it's a happy thing for the men of the Lord, the prophets, to know what the future has in store, which is the fall of Babylon, the microchip, the missiles. We consider all of those things. All right, the majority of the world is not considering these things. The majority of this world is too busy hoping that America gets back to normalcy. All right. But prudence, it means you consider the future, right? And he that speaketh in the ears of them that will hear. How nice is that when you're able to teach and someone is actually going to hearken to this truth? That's something that will make you happy, man. We've seen it at the camps, man. There have been few times where people just stay quiet and listen to the teachings of the truth, and when they leave, if they've sat there for 45 minutes, the brothers and I, it make us happy. We're like, man, that brother received it. That brother received it. Or maybe the kids. We've had kids in the past come and receive the truth. Verse 10. How great is he that findeth wisdom, yet there is none above him that feareth Yahweh. So we know how great wisdom is, man. But you could have all the wisdom in the world, and if you don't fear Yahweh, well, then you that's even better to fear him than to find all the wisdom. And the ones that fear him are going to follow his commandments. The ones that don't fear him they're not going to pay no mind to his laws, statutes, or his commandments. Right? 11. But the love of Yahweh passeth all things for illumination. he that holdeth it, whereto shall he be likened? All right, and the illumination, that's the light. If something is illuminated, that means that it gives light. So the true Illuminati, we've said this in the past, are the men of the truth. Because we hold the light, you know. We hold the light, you know. Let's go to the precept. Let me go to Matthew 5 and 14. It says, and this is Yahweh Shai talking to the men of the truth, talking to his disciples who were elect, who were prophets, all right, who were apostles. The word apostle means sent out to teach, all right. They were disciples first, which means student. Then they became, and discipline, student of discipline. Then they became apostles, all right. So Yahweh Shai is speaking in this verse. Matthew 5:14. Ye are the light of the world. A city that is set on a hill cannot be hid. You see? So, you know, at nighttime when the city, especially if it's on a hill, if it, you know, the lights are all on, and you could see that city from miles away, you know? Well, let's read 15. Neither do men light a candle and put it under a bushel, but on a candlestick, and it giveth light unto all that are in the house. So that's a metaphor for the men of the truth, man. We're literally the light bearers, right? We're the ones who understand this Bible, so we're able to teach. This is light in a dark world. See? So you don't put this knowledge and just stay in your house and never go tell anybody about it. No, you the metaphor here says put on a candlestick. So when we're going out in the streets, that's the metaphor. That's a candlestick, you know, because we're using that platform, that street, to give the light unto all that are in the house, meaning the house of Israel, right? Verse 16, let your light so shine before men that they may see your good works and glorify your Father which is in heaven. Think not that I am come to destroy the law or the prophets. I am not come to destroy, but to fulfill. All right, so you see, basically, verse 17, it's telling you, think not. Yahweh said, I didn't come to destroy the law. So that he's telling you the laws are still in effect. So you can't say, oh, the Bible was written a long time ago. Those don't apply no more. No, this is in the New Testament. I'm not reading the Old Testament right now. Yahweh Shai did not come to destroy the law or the prophets, meaning the prophets are still here. You know, whether you believe that or not, that's another part of this truth, that if you can't believe that there are prophets still walking the earth, you know, then that means you don't believe this truth. I am not come to destroy, but to fulfill. For verily I say unto you, till heaven and earth pass, one jot or one tittle shall in no wise pass from the law, till all be fulfilled. All right, so that word one jot or one tittle, it means even if it's a small little sentence, and just you jot it down, you know, it's just one little law, you know. You jot it down, just one law. What he's telling you is, hey, every single law, it has to be fulfilled and have to be kept, and every single prophecy has to be fulfilled and will be kept by Yahweh. All right, and the men who are out here on the streets teaching and preaching this word, well, those are the light bearers. We have the light. We are the true Illuminati. All right. That's why Esau, Edom, they took that name, Illuminati, because they are the deceivers. They want you to think that they're the light, that they have the light. But no, they don't have the light. They're actually the left-hand side, the sinister side, sinistro, right? Which the sinister means the left-hand side, you know? But yeah, the prophets are a stumbling block for all of these people, because you don't believe we're prophets, man, and that's okay, because you don't know the truth. You don't know the Bible. You've been deceived by the Edomite, so now you believe when they tell you, You believe, but what we tell you, you don't believe. But we're reading from the Bible. That's the difference. This is Solomon, Wisdom of Solomon 7:27. And being but one, this is talking about wisdom. And being but one, she can do all things, and remaining in herself, she maketh all things new. And who is she making new right now? The prophets, man. Why are we being made new? Because we're getting a new mind, man. We threw out all what we've been taught. We threw out everything that we've learned in the past, and we're being made new. We're coming into remembrance of who we are. We're coming into remembrance of this truth. So let's read it again. And being but one, she can do all things, and remaining in herself, she maketh all things new. And in all ages, entering into holy souls, she maketh them friends of Yahweh and prophets. So I'm telling you right there that all ages would have prophets. And we are the friends of Yahweh, all right? You talk about you want to have your best friend, man. How powerful is that to know that Yahweh is your friend, your best friend, you know? How powerful is it to know that that's you have hope, you know? It's powerful. Ecclesiasticus 25. Where am I at? So, verse 11 again. But the love of Yahweh passeth all things for illumination. He that holdeth it, whereto shall he be likened? All right. The fear of Yahweh is the beginning of his love, and the faith is the beginning of cleaving unto him.